All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of What the Fuck Do You Do? I'm your co-host, Shrey Bay Bay. We got T Foxy Trav, Justin Juong Dong.
What's up?
How are we doing today?
How are you doing today, Shrey?
I'm tired.
It's your birthday weekend. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm very tired.
We can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my voice. We went to some bars where you have to yell to talk to people that are 3 feet away. And I stayed out till like 1 or 2 in the morning both nights.
You're a wild child.
And I don't drink. So
Those vibes aren't those kind of bars aren't our vibe anymore, is what I'm realizing.
It was like fun for the moment, though.
yeah, it's fun for the moment. It's fun to be around people. But after a while, it's just like I'm like actually having a hard time hearing people and like talking to people, and it's getting a little bit annoying.
I think maybe the ideal bar experience is where one of the rooms is like Bleecker Street Bar, where we were, where everybody's like standing and hip and cool. And then there's like a back room where you just sit on a comfy chair with your friends. And it's like quiet and there's a pool table.
Yes.
I like the old people section.
I really want like the Blue Plate Special bar experience.
I also want to sit. Like I never got a chance to sit.
Yeah.
I was away from my apartment for basically like 12 hours each day, just out and about. And then I was like, man, just really want to sit down with a comfy couch.
You never sounded older in your life. Happy birthday.
Honestly, my life is getting way simpler.
In what way?
I don't need like much to be content. And I like just doing little things like going for walks, sitting on the couch, read a book.
Is this like a weird form of stoicism?
Ooh.
Yeah, I've been getting into that.
Yeah. You've been reading Meditations?
I have. Yeah, it's very good.
What's
Travis's recommendation.
Marcus Aurelius?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one true emperor of Rome.
Diane was reading that shit.
She was.
Yeah.
It's like an emperor.
Did she become more stoic?
I don't know. No.
No?
Nothing changed?
I feel like No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her as is, so I think it's a good book. I didn't for the longest time realize that Marcus Aurelius was a real Roman emperor. I thought he was the guy from Gladiator, and then when I figured out that he existed, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Wait, wasn't there a second Gladiator coming out? Did that happen?
He died.
Yeah, the main character.
Maximus.
Spoiler alert.
Russell Crowe?
Yes.
No, he's alive.
No, yeah, like his character.
Yeah, but I thought they were shooting a second Gladiator movie.
Are they?
Are they?
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, this was like a thing.
Recently?
Yeah.
Gladiator.
Gladiator
Can we look
2.
this up?
Gladiator 2.
The prequels.
Gladiator 2 coming out in 2024. Oh,
Damn.
shit. Okay.
Get shit on.
All right.
Let me read this.
Might
Let me
be.
see.
thought you were telling me
Follows
Russell Crowe
Lucius,
died.
the son of Maximus's love, Lucilla, after Maximus's death.
His son.
I'm all in on that.
His son dies
His son doesn't die.
in the first movie.
Lucius?
There's a house fire and he thinks his son died.
No. Lucius is the emperor's sister's son.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Russell Crowe's son.
The nephew. No, that kid
He
got.
got got.
He got. Yeah. He
I
got
did.
got.
Yeah, I was one. Yeah,
It's really dark.
that was a dark scene
His wife and his kid.
with the rolling fields.
Yeah.
Imagine someone hasn't watched Gladiator and they're listening. It's like, oh fuck.
Okay, it's been like 23 years.
There's a limit on
Yeah.
spoilers.
What is the limit on spoilers?
I think we're well past.
I think like
Gladiator.
probably 3 years. No, actually less than that. Like a year.
3 years is way too long.
Yeah.
Is it different if
No,
it's a TV show or movie?
I think 3 years, because I think like Avengers Endgame, like some people need to start from the beginning, and then it's gonna take them probably longer than 3 years.
I do think TV series have a longer shelf life on that than movies. Like if you spoiled like the end of Game of Thrones for someone when they were just starting to watch it, which is fine. They'd save themselves a lot of trouble.
Right.
Which is really funny.
Which is unbelievable that show has just fallen off so hard.
It's the greatest show you never want to watch again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Hard disagree.
Okay.
How
I
far
rewatched
do you
it.
watch
I
it?
rewatched it through again.
Yeah.
The whole thing?
It's better the second time.
Even the ending?
It's better. No, that still sucks.
Okay.
But watching someone else watch it for the first time was enjoyable.
Oh,
Okay, that could actually be fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen House of Dragon either, so I could like dive into the
You
whole
have time.
How did it feel committing 6 months of your life to watch it again?
No, I would watch it in passing. Like it was a passive watch. As Di was watching it, I would watch alongside, but I could leave because I know what happens.
Oh, so you're like not even really watching.
I was watching. It's good.
Is that what made it better? Is you don't actually have to watch it?
Well, I know what's gonna happen.
I get frustrated watching things with people when they're not fully invested.
Like if someone whips out their phone, it's infuriating.
Or like Angela does like background shows. She'll be like, "Oh, I watched like 12 episodes of the show today," and there's like I've seen her watch. She like cooks a meal and then listens to like 10 minutes of a 40-minute episode.
Does she retain anything?
I don't, maybe, but I'm like I gotta be locked in.
Yeah.
When I binge, I'm like,
I also feel like it's annoying when you are showing someone a show you like and they're like not really like putting any effort into wanting to like it or watch it.
it's a tough like you really put yourself out there when you're like, this is the show I want you to get into.
But I've found like you have to let people just kind of come to their own and like wanting to watch it. Like I've tried to get a friend like to watch Arrested Development. I was like, you gotta watch the show. It's
Amazing
so
show.
good. And then we watched like the first episode and it was almost like they were not wanting it to be funny or just kind of like
poking holes.
And it's like, well, if you're gonna have that attitude, like you're not gonna like it.
Don't take that attitude with me.
But it's true. It's like you can look at anything where they're like, oh, this show's so dumb.
Well, it's like the pressure of attention, right? Like people want things to be funny instantly. And you gotta be like, it takes like 3 episodes, 4 episodes.
What's like a show you love?
Parks and Rec.
I bet you there's people like if you try to get them to watch, they're like, this is so dumb.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's like it's more of like I want to like not like it, not because like I watched it with some indifference and then I was like, oh, this is dumb.
Yeah. You got a lot of people grow into their own enjoyment.
Exactly. Yeah.
What show have you rewatched the most in your life?
The Office.
Yeah. Just because I feel like it was on nonstop
all
our
the
whole
time.
life.
Yeah.
The Office or Seinfeld.
Oh.
Does that age us? Does that like date us?
That's like, I feel like we're very 90s kids on those two.
Yeah. I was more of a Friends guy.
Yeah.
Friends is a girl show, dude.
Yeah.
Says who?
Girls.
There's 3 guys and 3 girls on the show.
I mean, everyone knows that like real bros watch Seinfeld.
So you're a bro.
I was at one point when I was watching it.
But you love to rewatch it.
If it's on, yes.
Yo, you are dancing around, my friend.
That's a mental logic loop there that I can't follow.
No, Friends is great. It's like a great rewatch show.
I know people who put on Friends just audio in the background to fall asleep.
It's a good background show if you've watched it multiple times.
The only show I've been able to fall asleep to was, what was the Planet Earth? The old David Attenborough one?
Yeah.
Planet
That
Earth.
guy's an amazing voice.
Thanks.
Yeah, Planet Earth.
Well, there's new versions. There's variations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That
like
was great.
There's like Planet Earth 2.
I'd like smoke a joint in high school and then just fall asleep on my futon. And just be like, oh,
Penguins.
penguins. Waddle, waddle, waddle. We were playing that heads up game last night.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to figure out the movie that people were referencing.
Yeah.
And it was March of the Penguins. And the like 10 people in unison, as soon as it got put up, were like, waddle, 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 waddle. The guy was like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
Did he get it?
No, he couldn't remember the word March. He got penguins, but he couldn't get it. I will say, like, when you play that game with like 17 people and they're all in your face, like, screaming at you, it's not pleasant.
It's like
Or waddling.
Or waddling, yeah.
you gotta focus on like 2 people to like pay attention.
Yeah,
For the
better in
clues.
teams.
Yeah.
Trusted teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would it be an ick if you started to date someone and you went over to her apartment and she had like snakes?
Reptile Girl is weird.
I don't like questions, but no.
What kind of animal would be too much? Like rats?
Like a baby tiger. Something like this seems like unethical.
Baby crocodile?
Yeah.
She's going to dump it in Prospect Park Lake
Yeah.
afterwards.
Baby tiger's not a deal breaker.
It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's a little weird.
In New York, it would be weird.
Spiders would be mine.
Oh my god.
Like big, like tarantulas.
Anybody who has a spider as a pet, like straight to
They're
jail.
not meant to be pets.
No. Like, what do you play with a spider?
Ugh.
I hate spiders, but I don't think that'd be an ick.
Really? You couldn't sleep? I wouldn't be able to sleep there.
Yeah.
Knowing there's like a tarantula in a box that probably hates me.
I think, I don't know, put a sheet over it.
Oh,
then they'll
because
hate me more.
The tarantula?
Yeah.
I don't know.
what kind of questions would you ask? If you said that you'd have some questions for the girl with the spider, like
Be like, oh, like why a spider?
That's a really reasonable question.
maybe start there.
Yeah. Why do you like spiders? I actually don't like spiders, but it's one of my greatest fears.
You're like, you're gonna have to kill that thing.
No. You know what? This whole ick thing, it's so like overblown.
Didn't you tell me like yesterday you found out your ick?
Because you asked me like a while ago, and I felt like I wanted to have like a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you
But
mean
it's
icks are overblown?
Because people, they're just like reasons to completely not date somebody, but they're not actually good reasons.
They're personal.
Some of them are like, oh, he wears black t-shirts. Ick. It's like,
He drives a manual car.
yeah.
He has an Android.
I mean, like,
If it's like, oh, this guy doesn't wear deodorant, I get that.
sounds like if you happen to fall into one of those icks, I feel like you're dodging a bullet.
If someone's going to discount you based
Yeah.
on something so superficial.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's just more like the principle of like, I am going to eliminate everything else about this person because of this one tiny thing that really doesn't matter.
I think it's like because some people's icks are tied to like actual personality traits that they
Yeah.
want or don't want, like being rude to wait staff. That's a
Yeah.
super. That's not
Huge
even an ick. That's more of just like a full turn off.
Right.
Because it's like you're just not a great person.
Right.
But like, he wears too many white T-shirts. It's like
Have you heard that one?
I've heard a variation of it. What if someone's like, I think guys who wear chains, ick.
It is an ick.
that's like-
I am an ick.
But it's also like, there's more to you than
Tommy
just
DeVito.
the chain.
sausage hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool with me though. I wouldn't take offense to that.
Also, what else we got? We got All Saints black tea chain. Who are you?
I look like a fucking foreign exchange student.
Did Di dress you today?
No, she roasted me all morning.
Really?
Yeah, she says you look like a high school kid.
What is your ick?
Huh?
What is your ick?
Waitstaff, like rude to waitstaff, is probably my number one ick.
Okay.
Yeah.
People who
You know what? That's not a true ick.
I think because it's like a legitimate
Yeah.
aggression.
That's like, you're rude.
okay, people who insist upon themselves, right? Who only do things when it's convenient for them or make themselves the center of attention. That to me is an ick.
So selfish.
Self-absorbed.
Oh, we heard a good one yesterday. It was birthday week.
Yeah.
If you are the type of person who says it's my birthday week and insists on it, done.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah. I forget who told us that yesterday. But
Which kind of fits into what you were saying.
yeah.
What
Right.
you were just saying. Yeah.
Have your day. I think you did it. I think you did it perfectly this year as
Yeah.
a top 2 birthday. Like you had your day.
Yeah.
You were out there. You even like went back for OT. Like you went back the next day. So like you gave it a good effort, but you did it right.
And it wasn't, that was just because I had a friend visiting. Wasn't a birthday
Well,
celebration.
you gave us 3 options of what you wanted to do for your birthday, and we chose to do all 3.
Do you have birthday week?
I don't like doing, I just hate like planning stuff where I'm the center of attention.
Hit like a birthday 24. That's reasonable. 24
A birthday
hours.
a 24-hour birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 7 p.m. to 7 p.m.
A work day.
Workday.
Yeah. What's your ick, Trav?
Oh man, I think it's like it's a combination of someone who doesn't read. You too.
Illiterates?
Oh,
No.
I do read.
Oh
you
no,
can't put me in that category.
I said you're a recovering
Illiterate?
anti-literate.
Dude, it's actually one of my favorite things to do right now.
I'm loving that. I'm like fueling. I'm bringing you books.
Yeah.
I'm keep doing it. Or it's I think even worse than that because some people just don't like to read and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's more of a turnoff for me in dating. But if somebody makes fun of people for their hobby, like you like
Of any kind.
you like comic books, like what an idiot, or like he likes reading, fucking nerd.
So basically, your ick is if someone has an ick about someone's hobby.
It's like don't yuck my yum,
Yeah.
I've heard that recently.
I've also heard that recently. I don't know where it comes from.
My understanding is it comes from kink shaming. This person's into poly relationships or something. And you're like, ew, what is that? It's like, don't yuck their yum. Let them do their thing.
Imagine being the first person to say that. Just like make up some nonsense and just like very matter of factly expect them to understand it.
I guess it may be it originally, based on the words, comes from like food tastes. Like, oh, I like pineapple on pizza. Like, let me live my life, man. Don't yuck my yum. Gay power
25
couples.
icks about men that no one talks about but are very, very unsettlingly real.
Okay, give it to us.
Dude, let's absolutely rip through this list. I can't wait to see myself in these.
Yeah. Can't wait to meet 24 out of 25 of these.
When he taste tests ice cream with those baby tester spoons and can't figure out where to put it after.
What?
Honestly, I agree.
Where do you put it
Walk
after?
around. Like,
I've done that. There's not a trash
I
can
do
nearby.
that, yeah.
it's just like I feel like I know where that's coming from. Like it just doesn't look very manly.
I had that happen. We had
To
our
have the baby spoon.
we had our nonprofit gala like a month ago, and they walk around with finger food and little skewers and stuff, and I'm wearing like a nice suit, and they gave me like a shrimp skewer or something, and it's like, but then they left, and I'm in the middle of the floor, and I'm talking to people, and I can't leave. So what do I do with this skewer?
Just put it in your pocket.
I put it in my pocket. I
Now
put it in my coat pocket.
Now you have a dirty pocket.
Now I can dry clean and get that out. I don't know.
Skewer.
But where do you put it?
Yeah.
What do? Do you just hold it all night?
You got to put it on a table. You just
Just go to excuse yourself to the bathroom.
Yeah. These are reasonable.
Yeah.
But
In the moment you froze up.
I froze up.
Yeah.
You know?
number 2.
Yeah.
Them putting on water shoes to wear around a water park.
Oh, I actually think that's
That's pretty funny.
If you put on your aqua socks
Yeah.
that you brought to the water park.
I haven't been to the water park in years.
I did a water slide
Did you?
in a lazy river like a month ago in Scottsdale. It was awesome. They would give you margaritas and you could float around the lazy river.
That's what you do in Scottsdale.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Water slides were great.
What were you wearing on your feet?
Nothing. This is like barefoot
Right-
like a normal
Right
human.
answer.
I got my,
Two pairs of socks on each foot.
I put my Crocs in sport mode.
Where do you stand on flip flops? Because I know flip flops are like super polarizing, like men in flip flops. Like some people think that we shouldn't be able to walk around in them. Do you think there's a difference between like the thong sandal and like a slide? Or like would you walk around in public in sandals at all?
I do because I have Birkenstocks now, so I'm a Birkenstock guy, and I've worn those in
Trendy.
public many times.
Trendy.
I don't see any problem with it. With any of those.
Let the toes fly.
Yeah.
Let them wiggle.
I agree.
I do think it's gross though if it's like not dry sunny weather to wear them. Like you're getting like muddy toes. You're getting like
Sloshing around
yeah,
New York.
yeah.
That's just poor decision making.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad survival skills.
Where do you stand on shoes in the house?
Usually off when you enter.
Mandatory off.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would want someone to keep their shoes on in your house. I don't see the benefit.
I saw you with your shoes on at the party last night.
Yeah. Didn't everyone have their shoes on?
Nobody had their shoes on.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
There was a shoe pile in the hallway.
That's a nick.
Oh, I didn't even process that.
I thought you were on your way out and you would stop back in to say bye after putting your shoes on.
Stomping around.
And then
Wait,
I
what?
realized you just kept your shoes on the whole night.
I guess I missed that.
One more.
Yeah.
22 more. We got an hour to
whole-
kill, baby.
When his laces are done up really tight and the bow is massive.
What bow do you got working with right now? That's a pretty tight bow.
Yeah.
I don't have any laces.
Dude, when I run, I like cinch them shits down way too tight, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel embarrassed of myself sometimes. I'm like, I'm not running fast enough that I'm gonna run out of my shoes, but like every single time without a fail, I'll cinch them
Yeah.
shits.
Yeah, I think I'm just surprised like someone had the thought process to put that together as an ick.
That's the kind of ick that I agree with you is dumb.
Yeah.
Like he was so great, and then he just laced his shoes so tight.
So handsome, so kind.
My mom loved him.
Yeah.
you know?
Him running with a backpack on.
Oh. But sometimes you're going to miss the train. What else are you going to do?
Running with any type of bag is a tough look for anyone.
It sucks. When it's just slapping against your back.
Presumably, if you're running with a backpack, like there's probably a good reason.
Unless you're that high school kid that just does it.
Yeah, there were people who would like run to class.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, did you ever have the rolly bag?
No.
For
No.
books? That was a tough status symbol.
My mom was like, "You are never getting that."
Well, that's because you put a banana in your backpack and ruined it.
I did.
You weren't allowed to have nice things.
Banana boy.
Did I ever tell you this?
No.
Really?
So I, in like 7th grade, my mom made me a lunch, and it consisted of like, I don't know, a sandwich, some snacks, and then like a banana. And
Great lunch.
I like saved the banana for later. And put it in like a different pouch in my backpack, and then forgot about it, and then it rotted, and just like the juices of the banana, like basically seeped through in this pouch and just ruined the backpack.
Oh my God.
Gross.
So my mom had to give me a new backpack. And within 1 week, I made the exact same mistake of putting a banana in, forgetting about it, and then letting it rot, and then ruined a backpack. We had to talk about responsibility.
Yeah.
At a certain point, your mom's got to just stop buying bananas.
Well, she was like, if you don't want it, I won't buy a banana for you.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to hide it in your backpack. That's when you'd start like the chorin or the like you're gonna work this
Yeah.
backpack off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
If you could bring back an article of fashion from when we were in high school or like growing up, like what would you bring back?
Basketball shorts and slides.
Like big ones, like and ones, roll up, like high white socks and slides.
Jinko jeans.
You never wore JNCOs.
I know, but I would
We're
love to
not
see
that
them back in the
I
in
think
fashion.
if done right, cargo pants can actually be kind of cool.
Cargo pants are in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
want the
just-
4XL white tee. Just give me the biggest.
I don't like that.
No, never.
No. It's a bad look.
What about flat brim like fitteds?
Like 5950s.
Yeah,
with the sticker on.
Yeah.
with the sticker on.
Yeah.
I like that look.
Those are still in
Yeah.
amongst a lot of people,
Yes,
Yeah. I like those a lot.
specifically Yankee guys in New York.
it's Bronx boys.
Doesn't Jim Harbaugh rob
Losers.
one of those?
What?
Yeah, are we
5950?
we taking our fashion advice from the Harbaughs?
I won his Jim Harbaugh for Christmas one. I mean, for Halloween.
For Christmas, we should have Christmas dress up. I would love that.
Everyone is showing up in their nice sweater. Trey just shows up. It's Jim Harbaugh.
Everyone's Santa Claus and I'm Jim Harbaugh.
Navy button down tucked into khakis.
Yeah. It's a good costume.
Christmas?
No, for Halloween.
That was a good costume.
Yeah. I got some doctor.
Which Jim Harbaugh? Were you 49ers Jim Harbaugh or
I think he had started at Michigan. Yeah.
you just went it as Michigan coach?
Yeah, because it's like it was actually a good costume. I had like the Docker khakis from Walmart.
Ooh.
And then I didn't have a Michigan sweater, but I had like a black sweater. And then I had Xbox headset.
Nice.
And then I had a piece of paper that I had tucked into my front. And yeah, people actually got the costume.
Good.
Oh, and some really like dorky shoes, but
Just like all the bros were like, I get it.
actually no, like there was some ladies that were like, are you Jim Harbaugh? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, ladies watch football, Justin.
I know. Football girls.
Good, good.
I mean, you're not trying to, I'm not getting caught in this corner.
You're a bro.
Everyone's always trying to rile me up.
I wish Rec Specs came back.
What is that?
The goggles for basketball?
Yeah, instead of glasses, you had like plastic lenses that strapped around your head.
I had those.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah, LeBron had them.
Yeah, he's cool. He makes him cool rather than me in 5th grade.
Yeah, you weren't the fashion icon back then.
No.
What else is a Nick?
What else is a Nick? Saying someone's in here while he's in a bathroom stall and someone tries to open the door.
What do you say
Yeah.
though? What's the right thing to say?
Hey!
Like,
I'm walking here.
occupied? Someone's in here.
I just make it no. I'm usually like, ah.
Like, I'm pooping.
Occupado.
You've been staring at the occupied occupado thing for like 30 minutes. It's the
Yeah.
only thing in your brain.
Okay, on the topic of bathrooms, though, it's unfortunate when you walk into a disgusting bathroom and then you walk out and then people assume that you were the one who did all of that stuff in there.
That's the way you have to announce as soon as you leave. Like, I didn't do that.
I do actually do that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm like,
It's like, that wasn't me.
I'm like, yo, it's bad in there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, don't go in there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always like a New York bar. It's always after like a tiny blonde chick who's very unassuming, and they
Yeah.
just destroyed it, and then it's left for you because nobody's assuming them.
Yeah. It's bad. public bathrooms, so hit or miss.
Brutal, man.
I appreciate a great public bathroom.
Like a
What-
well-constructed.
If you like walk
clean-
into a bar or restaurant and it's clean, I'm almost like faith has been restored in the world.
I mean, it's a fairly indicative thing of like how clean the entire place is. Like,
But all it takes is one scoundrel to
Yeah.
just ruin it.
scoundrels.
Are we calling people scoundrels now?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring that back. Scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
Where's that from? Who started calling people scoundrels? Sounds British.
Yeah.
You ruffian.
Ooh. Rapscallion.
Rapscallion, yeah.
These aren't real
Those
words.
are very real words.
Hey, you would know if you read.
Yeah.
Got him.
Let's go. Reading, guys.
Rapscallion?
Yeah.
Scallywag.
A mischievous person.
Yeah.
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 Scoundrel. A rascal.
Google images are this just like AI mime girl.
It looks like the Hamburglar.
It does look like the AI hamburglar.
Do you automatically type in Google queries with Reddit afterwards just to ensure you get a person response?
I do most of the time now.
Yeah.
I don't, honestly.
Really?
I should.
For like open questions, I do.
Yeah.
But like Googling like for maps or something.
Yeah. Like, what's the protocol on leaving a bathroom?
Reddit.
I'm stuck in here. I don't know how to leave.
Someone blew that shit up.
I like seeing what people think about stuff. Like after the college football selection today, I went straight to Reddit to see what people were getting mad about, you know?
On that note, I just want to shout out the college football playoff committee for doing amazing work this year. Like, y'all have a very hard job. You made the absolutely right decision. Texas is about to beat the fucking brakes off of UW.
Thank you, Boo Corrigan, head of the CFP selection committee.
His name's
Looked it up.
Boo?
Boo Corrigan.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that? Yeah, poor Florida State though. Wow.
Fuck Florida State, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they did. It's controversial.
controversial.
Yeah.
Do you think they got it right?
No,
If the criteria is the best four teams, probably yes. But I think there's this element of like, what's the fairest? And I think that maybe wasn't the right choice.
yeah, it's like best now versus best season.
Yeah.
If they put Florida State in there, they would get destroyed.
I think so.
And the playoffs have sucked the last 4 years.
I can't really remember anything that's happened besides Georgia winning.
Yeah. I feel like the national championship's always pretty good. Or no, last year was pretty bad. Before, I think it's pretty good. Like
The last,
Georgia, Alabama.
last one I remember was like Clemson over Bama. That was like actually cool.
Yeah.
I had fully convinced myself watching that show today that Texas was out, and I was already like protecting myself. I was like, dude, if they don't get in, that means I can for the rest of my life say like, hey, they could have won the whole fucking thing. Like,
Yeah.
fuck this playoff committee, and then we're still gonna win. But
Yeah.
I had that excuse ready to go in
That's
the
good.
clip.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the 12 team next year where there's like no argument.
Be chaos.
Yeah,
Be fun, though.
be cool.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be very excited.
Been working on my novel for about 10 years now. No.
Oh, man.
What other icks are there?
I mean, are these things that bother us about other dudes, or is it
Sure.
girls?
Ooh, other dude icks, yeah.
I don't think that I think if you're over the age of 25, you shouldn't be wearing a jersey out in public.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that.
Especially a college jersey.
Yeah,
That's a 19-year-old kid.
that's weird.
Let him be.
Oh, I got an ick. People who talk about college now. Like, oh, what fraternity were you
Oh
in?
no, we know a couple of those.
Yeah. I got asked like 3 weeks ago by a girl who went to the same college, like, oh, okay, like, what fraternity were you in? Like, who do you know at the fraternity? I'm like, what the fuck?
I will say it can be hard. So I had this last night. I met two guys who went to USC,
Yeah.
and I was kind of trying to figure out, like, what do I ask them? Like, do you ask, like, what were you into in college? Like,
Yeah.
to try to, like, place back a little bit of, like, what were,
Yeah.
you know, where do I start? I'm not just going to talk about,
What did you
Chicks.
study?
they were a gay couple.
Oh,
What'd you
Stand
study?
corrected. What'd you study? Could be good.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, what were you into in college?
Yeah.
It's better than, like, straight to that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I want to find
that's fair.
some common ground for conversation, not just be like, what do you think about USC in general? You know,
Right.
because that's what we did. We're like crazy, they tore down the UV. Well, grocery store was sick.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Other icks.
People cutting lines fucking infuriates me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at the airport and you're group 3,
Yeah.
but you go in group 1, and I know that shit bothers me.
That bothers
Dude,
me a lot,
you know what's
yeah.
worse for me now though is the people who are in group 3 but stand at the very edge of the line for like group 1. They like
they make it
hover.
And they look like they're in line.
Yeah. And then they just stand there and they wait, and then everybody has to go around
Yeah.
them to board.
I love it when the flight attendants call them out.
They never do.
I've seen it a couple times where they're like, "Sorry, we're boarding group 1. You're in group 3. You got to go."
You got to make sure that they're not looking. If they're looking down, you can't go.
Right. Yeah.
So you've done it.
I've done it.
Oh.
Well,
I just did it. I didn't feel good about. I am grossed out by myself.
That's okay. You
Yeah.
learn from your mistakes. You know?
I have a question for y'all. This came up last night. What do you if you were talking to somebody, and this could apply to you too. If you're talking to somebody, a girl, and let's say you guys are having a pretty lengthy conversation, do you think after a certain point you should casually drop that you are in a relationship or that person's in a relationship? Especially if there's like I don't know, like they're attractive or whatnot.
I have a wife.
I feel like sometimes it comes up pretty naturally.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking through like at the party last night that
Yeah.
like I ended up talking to this British lady for a long time.
Yeah.
But like I met her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I mentioned I was in a relationship, but just by like
Yeah.
nature of like, oh, we went to this for Thanksgiving, you
Right.
know?
You can't go like, stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless it's like,
I'm in a relationship.
we should go to dinner next
Right,
week. It's like,
right,
well,
right.
can I bring my girlfriend? You know, like,
Right.
I don't know. You've been married. What do you think?
I think you just gotta drop it in there casually. Like you just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, like we last weekend we did this thing.
I think as soon as you say we, that's the best way to drop that
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you should do that? Not, I'm saying like casually drop it in just to kind of like
not really being hit on by many strange women these days, but
yeah.
You got to hit on very, very like, not aggressively, but just so directly. And it felt so flattering to watch you get hit on at Pig
When?
Beach like last year with me and Sean.
it was a good time. It was a good day. It was a good day.
She's like, you're an attractive man. Like, can I ask you out? And you're like, I have a wife. But like, you
didn't
know,
even pause.
no, you didn't even pause. But it's a good glow up to get hit on, you know?
Yeah. So the reason I ask, so I do this run club, right? Saturdays. The first time I went, it's like a Saturday morning run, and there's like different pace groups or whatever. And I'm running with this girl, and it was like honestly, I'm not even like interested. Like I'm just sort of like trying to.
Whoa.
Sure sound interested.
I'm just trying to like run and also like meet some new people.
Yeah, that's very
So I'm
reasonable.
not going in with like I'm trying to like.
It's not a singles club, it's a run
Right,
club.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we're running the entire time, and this is probably like 45, like close to an hour of running. And in this time, we're talking about like, okay, like where you originally from, like just kind of like surface level questions. And she's telling me about like, oh, like what are you doing this weekend? And like, okay, I'm doing these with my friends, and like, oh, did you like know people when you first moved here? That sort of thing. And then towards the end of the run, she was saying like she had a dog, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. Like, do you like live alone and take care of the dog yourself? And she was like, I live with my boyfriend. And it was like,
What should make it weird?
I was like, what? Yeah, it was kind of like, why did you?
That's so
I
sketchy.
feel like you didn't really want to tell me that, and I don't know why, because
Yeah.
like it's totally fine that you can.
Right.
You don't owe me like. But it's more weird now that you like feel like you have to hide it.
That's way more awkward.
That's a weird way
And
to
it
do
was like there was definitely a lot of points in the conversation when I'm asking like, oh, did you know people when you moved here? Like, what are you doing this weekend? Like, well, you could have casually dropped
Yeah.
like, okay, like me and my boyfriend are doing this or whatever.
Yeah. I do think like in general, you don't owe anybody any personal information really ever.
Right.
But like that's an easy one to drop in. Like if you need to. You know?
Right. But I also think it's like if it's a guy and a girl like kind of together, it's like you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I had this interesting one recently too. One of my friends was telling me she's single and she went to a bar to like read a book and have a cocktail
Yeah.
recently, and ended up hitting it off with the bartender. They're talking all night. He's giving her like free special drinks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me make you my favorite thing. It's like pretty flirty.
Great move.
And because like, you know, I think a lot of people conflate like nice service industry people with flirting, but if they're giving it to you for free, I think they're that kind of, you know, if it's different doing a good retail push versus handing something that you're not going to make money off of. But anyway, so she stays till like the very end of the night. Yeah. They're closing down. I think she goes back again the next week with a friend for dinner and leaves her number for him. Like at the end of the night, the same thing. He comes over, gives them free drinks, talks the whole night, leaves her number. And he texts her the next day like, hey, like, so great hanging out with you. I'm dating someone right now, but like we can be friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. At that point, he should have said something.
Right. Yeah.
Or never texted.
I mean, he's the bartender. She's on his turf. Like he's just doing his job.
Yeah.
And also being like, I'm dating someone right now, but we can be friends.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm trying to keep you in my back pocket.
That door open.
Yeah. It's happening right now, but
just right now. But like, if you were cool enough, maybe we wouldn't be dating right now.
Yeah. I had a friend who, back in Austin, he went on a date with this girl, and they, I think, like went to dinner or something, hit it off, and she asked him to come back to her place, and then they were watching, like, Netflix or something, and then there was, like, I guess a moment where, like, you know, he, you know, thought, like, maybe we'll kiss or something. She's like, oh, actually, I have a boyfriend. I was like, damn, maybe there were a lot of points on that journey where
you got to drop that hammer earlier. Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Being friends is great, but we got to set some clear boundaries.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow. I just reminded me of an ick that I have about other dudes, which is when they talk shit about their partners. Like, oh, the old ball and chain, or like, oh, the wife doesn't want me to hang out this weekend.
That's a weird one.
Like, it's like, you should love your wife. Like, what are you doing?
Yo, I think it's like kind of a sellout if you're just like blaming it on your wife.
There's kind of like that
girlfriend.
Boomer humor of like, oh, like I hate my wife.
Yeah.
A lot of them did.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Kind of sad. So don't do that.
Well, did you ever get like hard advice from people? Like, don't do this or you should do this.
I think people in relationships around me would get so overly excited about the potential of me getting in a relationship, and they would sometimes force scenarios that weren't right.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like you were talking with her at that Friendsgiving party, like y'all totally hit it off. You should ask her out right now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I didn't really get that vibe. And like, no, you should like text her right now. I bet she's so into you. And it's like, okay, I'll text her. It's like, oh, she wasn't into me. Turns out my gut was right.
Yeah.
So I think people would get like overly invested. I think, you know, they're excited. They want you to succeed, but sometimes it's a little misplaced.
Yeah. I felt like that with setup sometimes. I love a good setup.
Yep.
I actually think it's like one of the best ways to meet people. Mm-hmm. But especially like when I was a lot younger, people would be like, "Oh, you're single and you have a pulse. So, and that person is single and has a pulse. So you guys should be together."
Is it insulting when someone sets you up with someone who like you don't find attractive?
Kind of, yeah.
They're leveling you in a way that you don't want to be leveled.
Because it's I feel like it was kind of done with like, "Oh, you're both available."
Or you're both like equal hotness.
Wait, what?
But what if they have a sparkling personality?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if they like, I guess if they truly were like, this person's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you guys would get along, and I'm just not attracted. Then that's a move on their part of like they were trying to actually like make something work where they saw like genuine.
There was
potential.
good intent.
Yeah, there's good intent.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do think it's a little bit like, oh, you two.
Yeah.
Go.
Would you feel weird dating like a close friend of a friend?
No.
You're in?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be weird.
We don't know that.
I think we do. You've dated friends of friends now
I wouldn't,
in
That's
New
true.
York.
What I mean is, like,
we've gotten the third party results.
That's true.
I wouldn't treat them badly. Like I wouldn't ghost them, or I wouldn't.
I'll give you credit. You're not a ghoster.
Yeah.
You're very anti-ghosting.
For anyone out there, Shrey doesn't ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a quality guy.
You will get a response.
You will get a response.
May not be what you want.
It's hard to tell tone from text, but he'll respond.
Yeah, but I feel like you know, as long as you treat someone with respect, well, you know, why not?
Sometimes I text you things, you don't respond to me.
That is true, and I do feel bad. And you actually did that recently. Yeah, actually, you sent me something I really genuinely did enjoy, which was like this link of things you're allowed to do.
Oh, I loved
And I
that.
actually really liked it, but I read it right before I went to bed, and then woke up and just completely forgot
You know what was
about
sad?
it.
I sent that link to like 5 people, and 1 person responded to me.
I do.
I don't think I got that.
I don't have a phone. My phone's there.
I do apologize for that, but I actually
okay.
genuinely did enjoy that link, and
Thanks,
I read it
bro.
all the way through.
I think you'd actually get a kick out of it.
What is it? I'll look it up.
It's like things you're actually allowed to do in life. It's like a blog, but it's like a good reminder of like you don't have to solve everything yourself. And I think some of the undercurrent of that is like money can solve problems.
Yeah.
Like, you know, pay for the Uber kind of
Right.
mentality. But some of it's like you can ask someone out. You can ask for help. You can like tell a friend they're not being a good friend. Like it's like all the things like, oh wait, this is actually, you know, you shouldn't feel restricted against doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm on the right article.
That's probably gonna be hard to find. It's like a small blog. I'll send it to you.
Keep going.
Anything we need to wrap? Like any hard takes, opinions that we need from everyone? Conversational grenades.
When is an appropriate time to start eating ice cream in the day?
9 a.m.
Oh, gross.
It's milk. You're supposed to have milk before noon
It's cold.
in Italian culture.
It's cold.
I've never even considered eating ice cream to start the day. I think it's at night. It's a nighttime thing.
It's worse for you to eat ice cream at night for your body.
If you're outside on a summer day, then it's as soon as sun hits high noon.
High noon?
High noon. That's
Specifically?
like highest in the sky. That's when it's okay to start eating ice cream. Like you can't. It's all morning. You can't have morning ice cream.
You know what?
I think it's a post lunch.
You're allowed to eat ice cream whenever you want, Trey.
Things you're allowed to do.
Things you're allowed to do. We're adults. You can buy yourself a cake right now. Take it home with you.
That feels sad.
It does. Also, it feels so
Just
sick.
a whole cake.
Just so sick. It's like $40 to buy a cake now, too.
Yeah, I don't want a
I
cake.
bought one recently, and I was like, not for me. I'm not that sad. Don't worry.
Oh, man.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Cool. Affogato, though. Coffee and ice cream.
what is that?
It's espresso on like vanilla ice cream. It makes this delicious beverage. But you drink milk in the mornings.
I don't.
I don't.
In a
really.
coffee, a latte,
I don't.
macchiato,
Put it in like a smoothie.
protein shake,
Yeah, but it's like very.
yogurt.
I don't need any of that.
I put that in a smoothie.
Well, I guess you're not dairy people.
Yeah.
Not from Wisconsin.
Neither are you.
No.
You a cheese boy?
I am a cheese boy by virtue of the fact that we eat bowls of cheese in our hometown.
We do. Yeah.
I was just thinking of like a bowl of shredded cheese. Like
It's basically what we're eating.
Yeah.
Chips and queso.
I could use some right now.
You ever think about when you like down a large bob or a large chips and queso, like how many tortillas that you just ate?
Oh, when I figured out like a chip is like a fourth
quarter
of
of
a
a
tortilla, it fucked with my brain.
And like imagine
Oh, really?
Think about how chips
Yeah.
are made. They're just tortillas that they cut into quarters and then they fry those tortilla quarters.
Yeah, okay.
So when like you go to a restaurant and you have like, you know, 20
billion
chips,
chips?
20 chips,
Yeah.
like reasonable Austin chips and queso scenario, usually 5 tortillas.
And then like a bunch of cheese.
Yeah.
My stomach does get kind of jacked up now after eating like Tex-Mex.
Imagine going home and making 3 quesadillas right now and just eating them nonstop.
That sounds so fun.
That sounds great. I might do that for dinner tonight.
Cool. Well, all right.
Cool.
Well, thanks, everyone. Appreciate the listens. Give us a follow. Spotify, Instagram, TikTok.
Have a great holiday or January
Make sure you eat your ice cream
before noon.
before dinner.